Morning, welcome back to Betty's channel. She's doing the do as always. Please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe, drop a comment below, tell us what you all think. Thanks for watching anyway. It's always nice to have you along to follow our journey. So yesterday's episode, you saw me stick that piece of wood with Sikaflex. It's solid now, so I'm going to start just to build up the cladding. But first I need to vapor barrier where the insulation is, over there, and let's see how we get on today. I'm just going to do a quick test on the River 2 Pro to see if I can charge it through the inverter from the sun. So it's 6:30 on a Saturday morning. We've got 12.8 showing up there. Let's switch it on. Oh, it's charging. Let's see what the voltage is doing up there. And that's gone down to 12.3 from 12.8, 12.2. Don't think it's going to be able to charge it. Oh yeah, it's charging. It's gone from 70 to 71%. I'll give it a few minutes and see what's what. You can charge these from the van battery when the engine's running, or from the you can charge from a 12-volt socket anyway. But I just wanted to see how it would do charging from the inverter. Vapor barrier on. Now I can start cladding. That's the first piece on, and the gap under there and the gap under there is the same. I'm going to have to cut one long thin piece to go right across the window. That's not a problem. So I'll probably have to take these off again if it fit that last piece, because I've not got long enough pieces yet, so I need to go back to B&Q and get a longer piece. But I'm just going to put these on, see how far I get. Starting to take shape now. You can see that gap at the bottom is fairly uniform. There is gaps down the side, but like I said in the other video, I'm going to put what do they call, like an edging piece to cover the gap, and that's going to go all the way to the top. I don't know if you remember, but the reason that I have to do this now is because originally I had like everything out of the way. I had like a cubicle that sort of ran down there with a toilet in it, but it wasn't suitable. I was going to put a shower in it, but I didn't. So if I rip it all out, I had to build a bridging cupboard across the top. So now I needed to sort out the cladding, which obviously means that cladding ended where the bathroom was. So I need to extend it across there. Hence I need to put an edging strip down the joint, which will be fun. But to be honest, it's not been that difficult to sort this out. And where that gap is between the glass and that batten, I'm going to put a piece of cladding so it just finishes that edge off nicely. I'm going to do the same all around the window, make like a little windowsill type thing, even though it's not going to be very big, but yeah, should do the job. That's still charging. That's dropped down to 12.1 now. Let's see what percentage we're on. 99. So in, just let me get the time, in 20 minutes that's almost fully charged. Well, it was at 70% to be fair, so it shouldn't take that long. But But yeah, I can charge it through the inverter, which is good. And it's just gone 7 o'clock. The sun's coming out, so that should top up the batteries nicely with the solar. Please there, and please there. Well, that's charged to 100%. The voltage is going back up now, so pretty pleased with that actually. Happy days. I've also managed to get the line right, which is not a bad effort. I love building camper vans, it's ace. 3 pieces on now, let's crack on with some more. Nice. Nice cladding. I've not drilled this top one yet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip to B&Q, get some longer pieces of cladding, and I'm going to fit that top piece. The top piece will screw into the ribs, into the van. That it then means I can drill this top one here, because I need to put longer screws in because it's slightly angled. You can just see the gap there. And then, stroke of your time. Because that long piece will hold in that top piece, because it'll be screwed to the van. And then I can drill and just put screws in to match. Yeah, but before I put the long piece in, I'll put the long piece in all the way up to there, and then I can start to come down that side with battens and then across there and do that bottom bit last. Because it's easy enough to take that bottom piece of cladding out, because I'll just unscrew it, drop it, put the long piece in with that piece, and then just push it up, and just put a couple of screws into the metalwork of the van. Let's do that. Let's go and get some cladding, because I really want to finish off this bit today, because I need to do bits on the outside that's going to be ace, and I'll show you them after. So yeah, let's go and get cladding, vapor barrier, all that. I can't vapor barrier that yet because I need to put a batten in there to support. Yeah, I've nothing to screw to there, so that top one can screw into that. I need to put a batten there so all these next pieces can screw in, and then I should be able to use that, and that wide one to secure them in. So yeah, that'll be alright, that. Let's go and do that. Let's snip to B&Q. Just check that lid still lifts up, and it does, with the toilet. I will be finishing that back off with a piece of ply. Happy days. Just put a little batten now between there and there, so the cladding can screw to that quite easily. So I've got to do now, vapor barrier all that lot. I've been to B&Q and got the cladding, and then she'll be able to sort it. I'll vapor barrier up that now, so let's get that first piece of cladding on. That's the first long piece on. There's equidistance between the top of the bench seat and the bottom of the cladding. So I'm just going to put a couple more screws in now, and then put the second piece on. Quite like that actually. And I'm going to do the same as I've done here with this batten, all along the top of the window. Should be able to get a piece in there alright. I'll then put a piece of cladding as a finishing piece. I just screwed, you see that angle there? Just screwed that in, it's just under tension. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just because I curve it van, that's all. I could have put spacers behind it, but there's no real need. No real need. But yeah, coming together nicely. I've put that top piece of cladding on now. And I need to cut this piece, which is fine. The problem I've got though, is when you get to this corner, the van bends out like that. Curves out, or curves in, I should say. So I'm not going to get a piece of cladding. I can probably get a piece of cladding to there, because that's a flat edge. So I could cut a piece out of the cladding that fits in there. It still goes on top of there, but I'm not going to get it round there. So what do I do? Well, easiest thing to do is to carpet up to there, and then build a little shelf, like a corner shelf. So that's what I'm going to do. Okie dokie, that's all the cladding on. Well, above the window anyway. So I think I'll just do a quick bit of carpeting in that corner so it looks a bit better, and then at some point we'll build a shelf. Boom. And a bit of carpet goes a long way to make it look a lot better. There's as much cladding as I can do at the minute. I'm going to just put a batten across the underneath of that to support the. I'm going to put a very thin piece of cladding on it. I'm going to do the same on bottom. But yeah, pretty impressed with that. Looks alright. Right, let's get that batten on. Can't do much more on that today. I've put the top batten in, and obviously there'll be a piece of cladding on it when it's set, but I don't want to touch it now because it's setting. So, but yeah, pretty impressed with today's effort. Looks alright, especially with a little carpeting being corner. Thumbs up for me, cause I made this. Once that Sikaflex set behind there, I can then put the upright batten down there, up and down, hey, and then one across there, and I can completely finish off the window framing in, because we're going to be putting, no, I'm not going to, filling that in with bits of cladding. Same with that, and same with that. So it's going to look alright. Looks a lot better with cushions on. They don't lean against the window, they're just there for effect. So don't worry about that, folks, it's not going to fall out. But yeah, I think I'm going to fill just them gaps in with wood filler and not bother with one of them edging strips. I need to replace this one though, because I cut a bit off, and I cut a bit off too much. But yeah, so to finish this off, cladding in that gap there, battens there and across there, and then finish the cladding off on the inside of the window, the window reveal. And then, yeah, we're getting there. Time to give these bad boys a bit of a makeover. They look a bit better. And I've got wheel trim to go on. Which once it's dried, I shall show you then. Just using some Hammerite black smooth finish. Who needs alloys? We can get shitty plastic wheel trims and paint the wheels black. Alright then. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks ever so much for watching. I've got loads done today. I've got tarted up the outside of Betty a bit with wheels. Got a lot of cladding done. So it's all good in the hood. Tune in next episode for even more good content. See you in a bit. Keep doing what you do.